All right. The 9 of Coins. So abundance, satisfaction, feeling happiness, but I feel like this is building up for you guys. This isn't necessarily, some of you are gonna be like, oh, darked up like crap. This is not what I'm feeling right this second. But I think if you really think about it, you are, regardless of your situation, regardless of if you're feeling sad or feeling, an absence of love or maybe some sort of karmic connection, etc. The 9 of Coins or 9 of Pentacles doesn't mean that isn't still affecting you, but the 9 of Coins is like progressing forward, if that makes sense. This is satisfaction, again, accomplishment, success, abundance. So I feel like even if you're missing this person, or even if there is a lack of this person being in your space right now, it's like you're counting your blessings, is what they're telling me. You're definitely counting your blessings and understanding that even with their absence, or even if you guys aren't communicating, there's still so many things to be thankful for. Maybe the holidays is bringing that out a little bit more. But whatever it is for you, the 9 of Coins is saying this month you choose that abundance. Now, it could go back to what I was talking about before. I think last month, like, you had a lot of people who were interested, or people who were coming in your life. Some of them could just be friends. Some could be opportunities for jobs or new friendships, whatever it is. But the 9 of Coins says this month, you're still focused on the positive. You're still focused on the abundance of everything else that life is offering you right now. Now, for some of you, I feel like maybe this person did contact you and you're kind of like, I don't know what to think. Like, they contacted me, but it's not really going anywhere. I don't know if they're serious, or are they still seeing that other person? So I feel like there are some questions behind it, but some of you may be happy that there has been some communication, or you're still okay with the idea of them contacting you, because let's face it, a lot of you do miss them. And I know people are going to say in the comments, can't stand this person, I hate his or her guts, I never want to talk to them again. Then this probably isn't the style of read for you. Maybe singles reads would be, better if you're truly ready to move on. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, Queen of Pentacles is wise. She or he, I don't apply sex to the cards, has learned a lesson, okay, and has grown wise with time. So she's ready to be attentive with somebody who's attentive to her as well. So it's almost like you're taking in the attention you're getting from other people, possibly this past person, and you're thinking about it. Right now, people are very drawn to you, and they were last month as well, because the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is very nurturing, very maternal, paternal, somebody that is very generous, but learned the lesson from being generous to the right people. And I think that's a key factor for you, Aries, is the fact that a lot of times, we give and give and give and give and give, and people take and take and take and take. And this says that you've kind of learned your lesson on, like, if you're treating me a certain way, I won't tolerate it anymore. And you don't get my time or attention. But if you treat me the way I deserve to be treated, I reciprocate in that way, if that makes sense. All right. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. Ooh, something is in the air with you, Aries, because the Knight of Cups is romance and whimsy and fanciful and dreaming and ready to write a romantic novel. This is like writing your own book. And I kind of feel like, Aries, I feel like you're in an exact spot of, the word just flew out of my mouth, flew out of my mind, obviously not my mouth because I couldn't spit it out, but you're like at a crossroads where you're kind of like new or old. You hear the wind chimes? That was crazy. I've been having a lot of spiritual activity lately. There's an entity around me in my home, not a scary one, but in every read so far this month, there has been some sort of noise or some sort of, my cat jumped on the table or somebody heard a kid's voice. It's been interesting. Anyways, but I said that, and then all of a sudden these wind chimes blew. And I almost feel like that's the universe saying, hey, by the way, and there's wind chimes outside actually. I almost feel like that's the universe's way of saying, you could go either way. I feel like this is either new or old for you, Aries, like big time. I feel like if it's new love, great. If it's old love, great. You're just paying attention to the type of love, the type of person, the energy that this person bestows upon you, and that brings, when you're around somebody and if you feel good around them, you're happy and carefree and, happy-go-lucky. And when you're around somebody that maybe you're uncomfortable, there's that tenseness, that uncomfortableness. And I think, like I said with the Queen, you become wiser and recognizing those types of feelings and what makes sense to you and what's good for the gander, basically. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, this goes swimmingly with what I was just talking about, honestly, because the Six of Pentacles, this, could be from childhood, but this is really what it's saying to me is no more charity, Aries, no more charity. And that's what the universe, that's why this past card exists in my reads, because the universe wants you to either remember some sort of pattern of behavior to stop repeating and some sort of pattern of something to be grateful for and continue that momentum. This right here, the universe is saying, look, the Six of Pentacles is not here on this vibration of the 9. It's not here on this vibration of the Queen. So what are you doing? Going back to people or places or past times that don't raise your vibration. The Six of Pentacles is a generous energy, but it's charity. So it's saying, look, Aries, this ex of yours may be your soulmate, maybe your karmic connection, maybe it's meant to be, but it needs to be done out of you guys being on the same vibration, out of you guys being on the same level. Not because you feel bad for them, not because they can't get their shit together one last time again and again and again. Not, you get my point. The Six of Pentacles is almost me pleading with you, stand up for yourself, hold out for special, hold out for something amazing. And this ex could be that amazing. I'm not saying that they can't be. I'm just saying it's not charity. This is 50-50. This is teamwork, teammates. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. It's never going to be a perfect situation. Okay. But there's times when we continue to allow people into our lives who just don't deserve that reciprocation at the moment. The next card you have is your immediate past, or the past few weeks, past month or two. You have the Five of Cups. So, this makes sense. This is lost. This is, feeling sad. There's a grief behind it. And I feel like immediately, and I see this card all the time, and I don't get this feeling often, but immediately I feel like this is you not talking or not listening to what they have to say. Like you're kind of over it, or you're done, or they're not listening to what you have to say. But again, cross watchers, this can be for either, but I read for the sign. And Aries, immediately I got the sense of you just kind of like, I don't know that I can go back to this grief. I don't know that I can go back to this sadness. Like I've been there. I've done that. Now I'm starting to, again, count my blessings, feel this fulfillment of something higher than me coming through, something bigger than me taking place right now, or you just growing emotionally, physically, mentally, and I don't mean physically as in like, hey, I'm sitting down to a turkey dinner about to, gain a food baby or anything, but more of a, like, maybe you're taking better care of yourself because when you were in this rut with this person, you're like, oh, screw it, I'll go walk later, or I'll go to the gym later, or I'll eat better later. You get my drift. All right. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Lovers card. Okay. Now, Aries, you're going to hate this, and I'm sorry, but I'm really not sorry because that's exactly what they're telling me. The Lovers is either a new beginning with somebody, a new coming through, or your ex and you are going to make this happen. We're going to see what the rest of the cards say, but the Lovers, to me, I'm very 50-50, very 50-50 here, Aries, because I feel like for some of you, it's a twin flame, it's a karmic connection, and that will come back around and you guys will discover this love again. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is you holding out for this type of love instead of this charity. This is duality. It's two people coming together who are lovers, but this can also be passion too. Sometimes people confuse the Lovers with, oh, well, you get the Lovers, it automatically means love. A lot of times the Lovers depict passion, romance, all the happy, light, fluffy things, which we love. But at the same time, there's work involved in a relationship. It's not just rainbows and sunflowers. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the next few weeks, throughout December, and you have judgment. All right. So I'm starting to think for some of you, it's leading more towards giving another chance to this person, or maybe they come through and actually earn your time and attention and earn your love. Because the judgment card, even though it can be judgy to a certain extent, it can be pointing fingers a little bit, is also meditation, looking back. So a lot of you are reminiscing to this situation with this person and what you've been through and what you want going forward. I want somebody who reciprocates the love that I give them. I want somebody that wants to take care of me as much as I want to take care of them. I don't want this charity energy anymore. I don't want to be with them because they feel like they're going to hurt my feelings if they're not. I don't want to be with them because I feel bad for them and they're saying really nice things. This is you really looking at, what has happened, what has transpired, and who this person is for you. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen. Well, there you go. That throws your wrench. Anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month could be the beginning, middle, end, could last for a day, a week. You have the Two of Cups, the twin flame card. And I was just talking about twin flames. So for a lot of you, I do feel like this is a twin flame, a soulmate, a karmic partner. You don't need to correct me in the bottom. To each his own. Everybody calls it different things. But the Two of Cups is the love that I was talking about, that sometimes I feel like the lovers lacks to a certain extent. The lovers are amazing and wonderful and they can be partners, and it's an amazing card to get for this type of read. But the Two of Cups sums it up as this is a connection that is not punch drunk love. This is not a connection that is honeymoon phase. This is a connection, good, bad, evil, indifferent, wonderful, happy, sad, angry. You get my point. So the Two of Cups showing up here makes me think, for those of you who are in some sort of connection with somebody that is a twin flame connection or that type of connection, that it is coming back around. That may be also part of the reason it's coming back around, and may actually stick for a while, and may actually be something that you guys could eventually grow into something even more magnanimous than you had before in the good times. Because that Nine of Coins, it's something about you, Aries. It's a change in you feeling the blessings, you feeling the gift of the universe. Whether you get this person back, whether they come back, whether you even want them back, that's up to you. But right now, the universe is saying you can have this abundance with that person. You can have this. But think about it too, that it's how you're feeling as well that is propelling the possibility of this happening. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. All right. And this makes perfect sense. You have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is confusion. It's self-doubt. It's self-imprisonment. It's not understanding. It's a back and forth in your own head. I always use the same example with this card because this card cracks me up. Like, this person could walk inside that house and out the front door. Instead, they're choosing to hang over these knives. Nobody's holding a gun to their head. Nobody's handcuffed them. They're putting themselves in a position and keeping themselves in a position they don't have to be. They're self-imprisoning. And I always say, then walk out the front door if you want. Put a shirt on first, but walk out the front door if you want. And so I feel like, Aries, this is the universe saying throughout the month, if you feel imprisoned in a situation with this person, you feel like you're obligated to be with them, or you love them and you're imprisoned by this twin flame energy, but it's never feels right. It's not working out. Then maybe it's time to walk out the front door. But for a lot of you, I feel like maybe it's time to let go and let God, or let go and let love. I mean, a lot of you are going to be in the comments, oh, they're terrible. And I get that, guys. I get that. The problem is, if you love somebody that much to where you have a twin flame energy, you're getting the Lover's card. Can you just release for a minute? Can we just get past the anger? Can we get past the judgment? And if you can't, then it's time to walk out the front door. But if you can, it's open arms and stop keeping yourself in some imprisonment by actions that happen, fights that happen, nasty words. We can either replay the past or we can move on to the future. And I really feel like, Aries, that's what this month and the end of this year is bringing to you. Moving forward with this person and some of you may be like, well, it's not possible right now. We're not talking. They've blocked me. I've blocked them, whatever. Then now is the time to release those burdens. Now is the time to change the mental thinking of, well, they've blocked me. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, I wish you the best. I hope you find somebody amazing. I will always love you. I release you right now. The amazing things that come back to you when you do that and have that energy and count those blessings versus the you will see the growth in your own life and the abundance in your own life. Have a mental diet of 1 week of positivity and see if you can do it for a day. See if for one day, any negative thought about they'll never call me again, or they don't love me, or I don't know that I could ever be with them, change. Just try it for one day and you would be astounded at how hard it is, at how programmed we are to automatically block our positive thoughts. Well, I know he loves me and I know we have a karmic connection and I know I love him, but, no buts. Clear the self-doubt and the disbelief to enable better things to come in. You'd be surprised at how hard it is to go through one day and try and change every negative or downplaying thought you have in your head. Try it and see. It's when you get into the habit of it, it can be life-changing. Your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a burden. It's a responsibility, but it's also a first completion. Now, again, this is internal, and I really feel like this is kind of what I was just talking about, like releasing the burden. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it's not going to happen. But you have love regardless. So is your world coming to an end if all of a sudden you find out you'll never talk to this person again, or you're in that energy now? So then you start recuperating and understanding that it's not the end of the world. Easier said than done. I know. I have been through that. Sometimes I don't think people understand that I have been through like 90% of the situations a lot of you have as well. So when I say, hey, try and get through it or whatever, it's because I've gotten through it and I've met you on the flip side. Okay. The next card you have is your outcome, and you have the King of Pentacles. This is who you're looking for. This is what you're wanting. This is what you're needing from your I say significant other because I do truly believe you guys are going to come back together.